Hey guys, good morning. This is a really quick word. Today is actually on the Jewish calendar, the Jewish Hebrew calendar, however you want to refer to it. Today is the 13th of Adar, right? The 13th of Adar. And it's referred to as Erev Purim, okay? Erev Purim, which is basically the eve of Purim, so the day before Purim. And Purim actually starts tomorrow. And you guys know that the company I work for, they're based in Israel. So they're actually really big on celebrating Purim. But Purim is celebrated to commemorate the day that the Jews were saved. It's so early, I can't even get my words out. The day that the Jews were saved, that Esther stood her ground. She trusted God. She fasted for her 3 days. And she went before the king on the Jews' behalf, and they were saved. That's what Purim is celebrated as, or that's why Purim is celebrated, just to commemorate the saving of the Jews. And God saved them. It's early and no coffee. God saved them through Esther. Okay, so today is Erev Purim, the eve of Purim. Okay. And if you guys read Esther, I'm going to read from Esther chapter 9. I'm going to start at verse 1, and I'm reading from the New King James Version. It's titled, "The Jews Destroy Their Tormentors," as in their enemies. "Now in the 12th month, that is the month of Adar, we're in the month of Adar, on the 13th day, that's today, the time came for the king's command and his decree to be executed. On the day that the enemies of the Jews had hoped to overpower them, the opposite occurred." Can anybody say divine reversals are in place? Okay. The opposite occurred, in that the Jews themselves overpowered those who hated them. The Jews gathered together in their cities throughout all provinces of King Ahasuerus, or Asharis, however you pronounce the man's name, to lay hands on those who sought their harm, and no one could withstand them. It doesn't say like a few people couldn't withstand them. It says no one could withstand them. And that's the kind of power God has against your enemies, okay? No one could withstand them, because fear of them fell upon all people, not some people, all people. And all the officials of the provinces, King Ahasuerus had 127 provinces. Y'all better catch that 127, Psalms 127. If it's not built on the rock, it's built on sand, it's gonna fall, okay? And all the officials of the provinces, the satraps, the governors, and all those doing the king's work helped the Jews, because the fear of Mordecai fell upon them. For Mordecai was great in the king's palace, and his fame spread throughout the provinces. For this man, Mordecai, became increasingly prominent. Don't you know God will do it, okay? Thus the Jews defeated all of their enemies with the stroke of a sword, with slaughter and destruction, and did what they pleased, with those who hated them. I just read Esther verses 1 through 5. Okay, there's a divine reversal in place, guys. On this great 12/13, okay, there is a divine reversal in place. Those that hated you, that came against you, that spoke ill of you, that brought harm to you, there is a reversal taking place. And all of your enemies, not some of them, all of your enemies will be defeated, because God has already won the battle. You gave it to him. He told you he would take care of it. It didn't seem like he was working fast enough, okay? But God is an on-time God, and it's not on our timing, guys. It's always on his timing. So on this great Adar the 13th, celebrate your divine reversal and what God is doing in this hour, okay? Yes, he will allow your enemies to come after you. It's to strengthen you, to teach you perseverance, to increase your faith, to teach you to depend on him. It's all for purpose. If we never go through these things, we wouldn't be refined and molded into the person that God designed us to be. We're not weak vessels. The strongest man in the world, in the universe, is operating through us. But sometimes we forget that, and we think that we have to defeat our enemies in our own strength. And God is like, no, you don't. You don't. Like, I got you. So as you go about your day, just remember, divine reversals are in place. Whatever you had to go through, you went through it for purpose. God used it to mold you, to refine you, to strengthen you, to teach you perseverance. And your battle is already won. So, yeah. And 12:13, guys, in the Strong's Hebrew Concordance means, in Hebrew, it means, my face is itching, Holy Spirit. It means batsluth, and it's spelled Batsluth. That's 12:13 in the Hebrew Concordance. It means a stripping, okay? A stripping, a taking away, a coming off, okay? A snatching, okay? 12:13 in the Greek's Concordance means deloo. It's spelled Deloo, and it means to show, to make clear, to reveal. Catch that spiritually. That's all I wanted to release this morning. I hope y'all have a blessed day. Divine reversals are in place. Celebrate. I don't care what it looks like. The Jews defeated all of their enemies. All of them. And then it says, and they did what they pleased with those who hated them. Y'all better catch that. I love you guys. Have a great Monday, and we'll talk soon. Bye.